Is she consistently inconsistent? I mean, is she inconsistent on a consistent basis? We finna talk about it.
I was just patient, never try skating. Fuck niggas hating.
This is a concept that I came up with. I didn't hear it anywhere else. Maybe you have. If you have, please leave me a comment. I want to check up on it. But I learned something early on. This is something that's been in my brain for a few years, about 4 or 5 years. And I call it being consistently inconsistent. Now, if it's piqued your interest at all, I'm going to break it down for you. Our brains, I've said this before, our brains pick up on patterns. That's how we learn things. Okay, we pick up on patterns. What happens is when someone's being consistent, it's a pattern that they show you. It's a consistent behavior. It's something that always happens. You can kind of look forward to it. But when somebody's being inconsistent, over time, if you allow yourself to deal with it and tolerate it, it's something that's done consistently. Someone is being inconsistent with you on a consistent basis. So your brain adopts and adapts to that pattern, the inconsistent pattern. How? How, Jerome? If our brains learn by patterns and the pattern is inconsistent, therefore not really a pattern, how does our brain adapt to that quote unquote pattern? Well, the way it adapts to that pattern is because we anticipate the unexpected. So we sit there and we wait and and then we feel relieved once they respond or react consistently. Okay, we get that dopamine hit, and then when they become inconsistent again, we go back to sitting back and waiting. And then once they come back, so it's our brain feels like, it's like if you're waiting on that beat to drop, it's like, and then it waits a little bit longer, and then finally it comes, and then you can breathe again, and then it's consistent for a while, and then the beat drops, and then you're waiting for it to come back, and then it comes again, and after a while, you kind of get excited at the inconsistencies of it. You like something about it made it interesting and mysterious because it was inconsistent, but on a consistent basis. Let me break something down to you. If somebody is being consistently inconsistent with you, let me let you know what the main objective is, okay? The main objective here is to loosen your expectations, okay? This person wants you to fall back on your expectations, okay? When you hear women say, "Oh, I don't have any expectations," that's like telling you that I don't really care what you do. I'm not even looking forward. I'm not even BS. We all have expectations, but a woman doesn't want to let you know what those expectations are because she is inadvertently telling you that she doesn't want you to have any expectations of her either. Okay. Number two, it is to create a gray area of space and time that can go unaccounted for. Because there's no expectations of when they're supposed to contact you back or whatever, they create a gray area in the space and time that can be unaccounted for so that they can go missing for a little bit and then come back to you and you're left on a hook waiting on them. I hit you up later. All right. And then they didn't tell you how many hours it was going to be. So when that later turns into 16 hours, 24 hours, and then they call you back, they were like, I didn't tell you what time. And then you're like, true. They bought themselves 16 to however many hours time to do something totally different other than be held accountable for their actions or to be consistent. Okay. The other main objective, the third main objective is to keep you anticipating their return. I just said this. Its intentional. Its intentions were to keep you anticipating their return, keep you waiting on them, keep you in limbo. Okay. Next, I would say number four is It avoids them of the accountability of having to keep their words. So they don't have to keep their words because they're consistently inconsistent. They don't want you to hang on to their words. They don't want you to say, "You said you were going to be here at 3 o'clock." Okay, there were circumstances that I couldn't control. It was traffic. It started raining. My car exploded. I died and I came back to life. Whatever they want to tell you, okay, they want to be able to not be held to their words. Don't. They're telling you up top. Don't hold me to my words. I'm gonna tell you whatever I want to tell you. Okay, they want to be able to be consistently inconsistent with you. Okay. Number 5 is it forces you to feel like you're being unreasonable. Okay, so you feel like you kind of like are being too much, overbearing and controlling by expecting somebody to give you a specific time so that you can be able to plan around the occasion. But they're like, dude, you're doing it, back up. You feel like you're being unreasonable. That's what it's meant to do. The main objective of someone being consistently inconsistent is to make you feel like you're being unreasonable. Oh, y'all finna learn something on this one. And it's been in my head for years too. I'm gonna give it to you straight, no chaser. Okay. Number 6, it allows them to get away with lies. How you gonna hold somebody accountable that's inconsistent and you're allowing them to be? Number 7, it allows them to move without being tracked or monitored. You don't even know where they're at. They'll get with you when they get with you. And it's on their terms. There is no pattern to their behavior. You don't know you don't have their location on their phone. You can't track them. You can't say, okay, I know he gets out of work at 7, and then he goes, and then she goes to the gym at 8, and then blah blah blah. No. You're not going to be able to track that. And even if you did know somewhat of their schedule, they're going to be able to change it on you because they need to be consistent. They need to keep you off their trail. They don't need you knowing where they're at. They're being inconsistent, but on a consistent basis, so that you cannot track them down. Come on now. I'm finna give it to you right here, man. Number 8, it allows them to maintain a double life or more. More than just a double life. Maybe they got multiple partners. Maybe they got multiple things that they don't want you to know about. So they need to be inconsistent on a consistent basis so that they don't ever have to answer any particular questions as to where they were at said time and exact dates and all of this stuff. They don't have to show receipts for anything. You don't have any information. They have to be inconsistent on a consistent basis so that you're just like dealing with them, and that's when you have those conversations with your friends and they're like, what do they do for a living? I don't really know what she does for a living. Why you haven't heard from her? Oh, because I think she might be at the gym. You don't even know what they're doing. You're lost. And they keep you in this state right here, waiting on them. All you want to do is wait on them until they communicate with you. They finally reach out, hey. Number 9, their unpredictability keeps you intrigued by the mysteriousness. Game right there, ain't it? If you are still in a phase in your life where you think mysteriousness is attractive, you are playing yourself. If you think it's exciting, he was mysterious. So he's exciting to you all of a sudden? Or she's exciting because you don't know what she's doing and you think that you're doing the right thing by letting her do whatever she want to do. You don't question her, none of that stuff. Oh, enjoy, brother. Don't hold her to any standards because she ain't going to allow you to. The second you start trying to hold her to a standard, she going, you know what? I didn't want to do all this. You too controlling. You're controlling for asking her to show up on time. You're controlling for asking her to give you a set time. I had a woman one time when I said, let's go out Thursday, 7 p.m. She said, I'll let you know. I don't really like to plan that far into the future. Excuse me? Not going to work for me. You're not going to tell me I'll let you know, and I'm supposed to block out my schedule to take you out on Thursday at 7 o'clock, and then 6:30 on Thursday comes, and then I don't hear nothing from you, and then you can hit me up the next day. Hey, love, And I'm like, what happened yesterday? Oh, I didn't agree to that. I said, I'll let you know. Why didn't you let me know? Oh, because I ended up staying late at work. You see how this works? This is game right here. My boy. Number 10 doesn't allow you to set any boundaries. You can't set any boundaries with this person. How you gonna do that? That's a fight. Shit, they're gonna become combative real fast. You trying to set boundaries with them? Boundaries equal limitations. Limitations equal restrictions. Restrictions equal a short leash. A short leash equals to them in their brain, you're too controlling for me. You won't let me do whatever I want to do. You're insecure because you've allowed them to be inconsistent on a consistent basis, or better yet, you allowed them to be consistently inconsistent. And you tolerated it. Let me explain to you how this works, though. Number one, nothing is done to a predictable rhythm or beat. So if they have a job, they're going to tell you, oh, yeah, my schedule shifts. Sometimes I go in at 10, sometimes I go in at 2. And I'm on call, so I don't know what my schedule is going to be. Oh, yeah, I go to the gym sometimes after work. But sometimes I have to take my mom to work. And it's going to always be something that is unpredictable in their schedule so that you can't lock them into a rhythm or a beat. This is consistently inconsistent. Number 2, how it looks, how it's done. No respect for schedules or any punctuality. Nah, they're going to show up late. They're going to call you later than they said they were going to do. They're not going to respect any time. They're just going to be like, I did it, though. I showed up, though. So what? I'm late. I'm here. Better late than never. They live by those very loose rules. It's whenever they get a chance to show up, they'll show up. And you'll sit there, if you accept that because they're just so hot, oh my God, but the box was just so good, then you'll be this dude that's getting played by somebody that has you sitting off in the cut, waiting on her to call you, don't know when that's going to happen, and she's riding the baloney pony across town. Number 3, frequent disappearing acts. Now, that's the only pattern that you're going to recognize. It's going to happen often. Yeah, that's a pattern. You can be like, I notice every Friday and Saturday, I don't hear from you at all. Come on now, use your brain. I could leave that one short. Now, number 4, expects you to understand. They have a lot going on. Therefore, you should ease up. I got a lot going on, man. I maintain the business, baby. You know what I'm saying? Man, come on now. I got kids. I got to get them across town. I got to go to school too. And these are the ones that got their schedules all booked up. They ain't got no room for you. And if you tolerate this, they just gonna slide you in where they get a chance. They gonna give you your name and their phone gonna turn to when I get a chance. It's calling me. I ain't got a chance, so ignore it. You get temporarily blocked. They turn their notifications off every other day. They might even turn their notifications off at the same time every day. They're gonna be a block of time that they need to block out from being able to be contacted by you, man. Consistently inconsistent. Number 5, lastly, if you question their inconsistencies, you will be made to feel like you are overbearing, controlling, or insecure. That is why you are unable to create a boundary with this woman. You are insecure, overbearing, and controlling because you are questioning them about why you don't do nothing that you say. It's unfortunate, man, that I can go on and on and make many, many videos because there's so many more games that people can play on you. These people who go through life and they figure out ways to get their needs met without being transparent and upfront and having integrity, without being morally grounded, and then we get finessed. We got to be the victims to their mind games and their foolery and their narcissistic behavior. I hope I can help a couple of men out there, man. If you found this video helpful, useful, or if you liked it, please give me a like, comment, or subscribe. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jerome, and this has been yet another episode of The Superb Word. Until next time, fellas, 2 fingers. All right.